I have here our live action footage with the green screen background. Now I created this green screen background myself, so it's a little rough, but this should give you the general idea of how to get a good green screen key. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take our footage, I'm going to drag it onto a new composition to create a new composition. If we scrub through our footage, we can see here we have everything on top of a green screen. Now what's great about After Effects is that getting a green screen key is actually really simple, especially if you have good lighting. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to select our footage, and we're just going to go up to Effect, Keying, Key Light. Key Light I found to be the easiest way to get a good green screen key. There are a couple different settings to adjust, but the main one is this screen color here. Now we can click and select our color from our color palette, or we can take the eyedropper and color pick our green screen. And now if we turn on our transparency, you can actually see that we've removed most of our green screen. But since our green screen had a little bit of noise, which will be the case most often, is that you don't actually have a green screen that's entirely one color green, we're going to need to get rid of this noise by fine-tuning a couple of our settings. I usually like to add a screen pre-blur of 2, which gives things just a little softer edge and makes it a little easier. And now if we switch the view here from final result to screen matte, we can see which parts have been keyed out and which parts haven't. So now all we have to do is if we come into the screen matte settings, we can take our blacks, and we want to clip our blacks so that all the parts that are white have become black, because the white are the areas that will show through and the black are the areas that are going to be keyed out. And you just want to adjust these settings. You have all black where your green screen is and all white where your footage is. And so now that we've done that, we can flip back to our final result. And you can see here now that we've gotten rid of all that extra noise, and all we're left with is simply our footage. So that's really easy to work with. So now what I recommend doing is rendering this out as a separate movie file so that After Effects doesn't have to calculate the green screen key as well as the effects we're going to lay on top of it. So what I have here is I actually have the original footage that I worked with, which just has our main actor over black. So I'm just going to go ahead and work with this, and I'll provide both of these footage sources for you. We'll just label this first one green screen key. We'll label the second composition footage. Created a second composition from a movie just by dragging this again onto our composition window. That way, by doing it that way, you get a composition that matches the exact dimensions of your footage. So we'll just come in here to our footage. Now actually what I want to do is I want to title this one HUD Graphics, and this is going to be our main composition. So I'll come in here, I'm going to press Command K to get into our composition settings, and I'm going to make this full 1080p, 1920 wide by 1080 tall. I'm going to press OK.